The fire makes the city look so bright. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me.
It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah.
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
you could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. Here with me. Said, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me,
you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
was a fake by the entry here for Botsy. So they're going to use that toxic screen to try to make their way in. And Wix is ready around the corner for Goddead.
A spike plant over here. We've got Viper Wall crisscross set up over here. TS gets a drop on a Nocji. And now it's just going to be moves. That's it. OnSlayers takes it. Game 1. Excellent seizure of the A site. And off to a good start there for them.
Yeah, it's really solid upfront play here by TS. You know, should still be the shot caller, I think, for this team, maybe. But, you know, he gets up close and personal with the classic, makes those right clicks effective. You know, they have a good toxic screen here to cut things off. They're using the Oru abilities already, right? I said they sent the gate crash, the back of halls, probably pop the fake there. You know, throw the flashes through, try to get around the corner, send Goddead through the toxic screen to get information. Yeah, he dies, but then everybody else just plays back behind the toxic screen, waits it out, shows you good patience, good discipline there for OnSlayers.
Another slow start here with a weapon advantage for OnSlayers. They're going to see if they can probe out and find a loose end they can clean up. So it's going to be a lot of concentration here in the mid. Instinct tells MARU Gaming maybe we need to really cover B pretty heavily. They've got their Chamber Wix coming out around. We could end up with him coming from behind here and hitting King.
Oh, but this trap wire is in a really good spot for King. He's not going to see that on the camera. Wix was able to get underneath it without being seen, and he's ready.
Oh, great play to start this off, but Wix may be a little bit stuck. He's taken out there.
And now
as Bozzy moves through.
Yeah, now it looks like an A hit for sure. It's going to send the gate crash in. Recon Bolt's not even going to get shot down, so they know it's clear on the back of the site.
Yeah, different start, but the same results is what they want as they come into A now. MARU a little bit too far out to do anything to prevent the spike from being planted, so instead it's going to have to be a retake, although they do get a bit of a delay there.
Yeah, Goddead was lurking up by Nest. He's going to use that knife to check when he finds the Viper. It forces her out. Very nice job with the fragment.
Oh man, OnSlayers is just so on top of this. Great play there. TS really pulling through there. And it's a 2-0 lead. It should be noted, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen here, but we have had, I think, some of the most one-sided games for Korea on Breeze and then Bind.
I think that's mostly true.
That's mostly true. I mean, we had some close games for sure as well.
Every once in a while, there's teams that are just way better on split than everybody else because they get like a defender's half and they just wreck and then go into the attacker side, win the pistol, and just kind of roll through with it. But I think you're right.
So round advantage here for MARU, at least as far as the weapons go. Vandals all around here. And they're going to be trying.
Valorant's everywhere.
all around. That's when you have the best match. We should just start saying that when it's just a really good game. Valorant's all around, friends.
Everything's going
Valorant's all around. Am I right or am I right? I couldn't have said it better myself. Great shot there from Goddead. Cleans that up. Moves, takes out Goddead in return. Bozzy cleans up Zhanghai.
Spike is going to come down here, though, and if Bozzy can get something off that flash, and he is, this is great now for OnSlayers. They've got full control of this. Oh, they caught him on the gate crash, though. Try to TP out.
Oh, great shot by Zumba. Unusual angle there. Just Wix remaining. It's not impossible, only TS, but at a distance. He's going to try to go for the defuse, but of course this position is set up so that you can get that. He dings him.
Ooh.
Oh, that was weird.
Oh, I think he meant to do that.
Oh, I know. I think you're right. I thought it was a mistake too.
I thought he missed it at first.
Valorant's all around, favorite thing.
Good Valorant.
No, but I thought the same thing. I thought, oh, it accidentally hooked onto the door, and then I realized, oh no, that's sick.
Because a lot of times you want to shoot it right by the player, so they have to look down to shoot the dart, right? So you try to open up a temporary window where they have to transfer from the dart to you.
Right.
And I think it might have actually been intentional here to shoot that on the wall. Even if it wasn't, it still works. It's basically the same effect. So nicely done. And that's the bonus one here for OnSlayers. They're looking really well. That's intentional.
Yeah,
he meant to do
beautiful setup there.
Really nicely done. Fake out ahead. Doesn't really fool anybody. You can just snap back. And Wix already finding value with that ult. He's got that ultimate rocket and rolling.
Okay, here we go. This time focus on B here. Wix drops Bozzy. Spike not yet planted. In a decent position here, all around right now. Wow. Well, I said that, and then everybody died. That was insane. I thought for a second there was going to be a good attack from behind there from MARU, but it did not work out.
Yeah, that's one of those rounds where you need to get a ton of value out of the tour de force from Wix, and he gets one, but you know, it's not quite enough. They even try to flank with Junghai to clear out the window on B side, just in case there's somebody. You know how, like, you see especially DRX, right? Loves to stick either their Viper or their Sova in that window and then try to play for post plant. You know, Junghai goes there to clear it out, but nobody's actually there. He does get one kill off of it. Not the worst round here at all. Oh, wait. What?
No, I think that's a mistake.
Wait a minute. Did I miss something?
No.
Did they ninja defuse?
I think it'll be fixed in a little bit here. Anyways, coming into this, we've got very quiet setup here into mid. King checking with the camera. Everybody in a pretty retracted spot here for MARU Gaming.
Really trying to see if they can get a little bit of, you know, slow up on the A site, right? They put the toxic screen at the front of the door, trying to cut off the vision from inside of Kane for the retakes if they go A. But it is looking like a B hit here. Is all the utility coming out for MARU, or excuse me, on Slayers.
They're going to try to come in here and flood. Chibop gets tagged only for a second, though. They're going to take the back part of B. Spike planted, Viper's pit up. This is going to be a headache here for MARU Gaming.
You know, they've even got a flank coming from King all the way on the backside of all of this. Still that Viper's pit. Oh, they're going to take it down, though.
Okay, beautiful shot there. King comes through, takes out Wix. Can they keep it going? The fuse started. King tries to peek. Oh! That's going to be it. Beautifully done.
Even with the neural theft there for King, he's still not able to get the shot lined up before moves takes him down. So, yeah, really nice retake here by the side of MARU. They just kind of patiently wait everything out. A lot of utility invested early by ONS Slayers. They don't find a ton of value out of it. They do a little bit of damage to Chibop as he's kind of stuck pinned behind the wall, but he's never fully taken care of. So ONS Slayers, you can see some smiles on their faces here. But, yeah, this is...
That was a great retake there for that round, all things considered. I mean, there was a lot invested into trying to secure the B site. It looked like initially there was probably going to be no way to retake that. But they actually managed to pull through, which is pretty huge. I mean, a big amount spent there by ONS Slayers for that. So things are really starting to even out.
Yeah. No. This is really good for MARU. You know, you do have the Guardian for Wix, so he's a little bit strapped for cash, you know, just to make sure that he can have a little bit extra money there. But overall, you know, you could see a lot of marshals coming through here for ONS Slayers, just trying to save up for a full rifle round in the next one. Let's see if they can find some value. I mean, these marshals are really dangerous in the right hands. It's going to be an early trade. Oh, God, that even hits a headshot. So now,
beautifully done.
ONS Slayers has a man advantage.
And it looks like they may be more comfortable coming into A. They've already had a decent amount of success with that so far. And this Viper wall is going to make it a bit more of a headache, trying to navigate through that toxic screen.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, dead with another amazing shot. Honestly, making it look pretty easy here.
Yeah, Junghai there, that's a pretty ambitious peak, and TS is going to get one with the Guardian. This is looking really good for ONS Slayers. I mean,
this is almost over, I think. I would imagine Chibop just going to go ahead and hide right now, try to carry the operator into the next round. And I don't think that ONS Slayers is going to try to actually pursue this.
Well, they got to make sure, you know, that he's not pushing and wait it out. Now, they might send somebody with one of those marshals like Zumba out to try to see if he can get it, you know, just to get that free pick, because you're not going to keep that marshal into the next round most likely anyway.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, it's going to go away, so you might as well try to pull something off. I don't know if there's enough time in this round left for them to get away with it. There is a chance also Chibop could get kind of ambitious, and I think we're going to see that here. Maybe try to get an exit frag. But Bazzi and him are never going to have it. Oh, hold on. Oh! That's insane! That's insane!
It's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for MARU.
Oh, my God. And, you know, it wasn't necessary.
No. I mean, you can see smiles all around for ONS Slayers after that one.
Yeah.
That's devastating. That's so much economy just flushed down the toilet.
Yeah, and I mean, on all maps to have that happen on.
Yeah.
What a catastrophe.
It's so heartbreaking for MARU. You know, they put together a couple solid rounds in a row. Yeah, that one didn't go their way, but if you're able to save that up, that's a huge piece of utility you have. Now, there's a Hunter's Fury. You got a lot of ults here on the side of MARU. They didn't pop the Viper's Pit right away from Zhonghai, so it looks like they might be trying to play post-plant, but Chibop, you know, trying to make up for what just happened in that previous one. Nakji has a good opportunity, but TS with the swing.
Yeah, Nakji with the whiff is taken out. Zumba drops, Chibop moves. Gets one here over on King here. And this could still go either way. Again, though, I mean, with just Sheriffs, it's hard to imagine. OnSlayer's known for really pushing that weapon advantage. They get the toxic screen up, and Easy B plant is inbound here. And, I mean, let's see what exactly MARU Gaming thinks they can pull off if they want to commit at all.
Well,
and they do have 2 Vandals.
Yeah, they grabbed 2 Vandals. It just depends on the, you know, the equation in their head. Do we want to really try to go for a round? Do we feel like it's worth it? We have a buy round coming in next round. You know, is it going to be worth it trying to save money? They're going to go for it. And it's not going to work. I mean, it's just so hard to get through that door.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very hard to have any kind of good entry, especially when you're outnumbered like this.
And you only have a Sova and a Viper. I mean, you don't have much. With your toxic screen already placed at the beginning of the round.
Oh, hold on. Nice. Gets one, and it's a trade. Take what you can get in a moment like that. 2-5 right now as OnSlayers continues to build momentum.
Yeah, this is really, really solid for OnSlayers. I mean, of course, that round you can kind of take what you will about it because it was a save round for the side of MARU, but OnSlayers looking really, really well coordinated here. Their B hits have been mostly pretty good. There was a couple that didn't go their way, but you know, A has been pretty solid. They're just waiting it out. If it wasn't for moves putting up a huge 4K in one round, this would be a 5-1, or excuse me, a 6-1 in the favor of OnSlayers. So you can see again, you know, that they're changing the position of this Viper's toxic screen a bit. It's a little bit further forward, so they're not cutting off the door this time, so they're going to use the Viper's Pit instead to block up that space. Really like this kind of change here from MARU. And they're gonna go for this. Botsy's running right in. Gonna use his ult.
Yeah, it's just gonna end up working out. Set up. I think they're aware of his presence here. Doesn't matter. Goddead gets that kill over there. Shots fired through. This King's gonna open up the door here in the upper area. Flash. They don't quite get onto the site just yet. Oh, and suddenly this is a complete and total takeover here. Nakji not going to get rezzed. It's going to be only Wix remaining as the first half slips further and further away from them.
Yeah, I mean, Botsy just uses this dimensional drift to get around the ult, essentially, that MARU uses. So it's a good counter to what MARU had in store. So they're able to get through, get onto the site. You know, Zhonghai gets taken down. That's that really important ult. Good shot by Wix.
Yeah.
Catches the head of TS, but there's not much else he can do, and money's so bad. He has to try to save this Vandal. Goddead's on the hunt.
Yeah, Goddead going to try to come through here. And he's going to be set up where there's nowhere to go if they decide to push into this corridor. There's still plenty of time. Okay, he's going to know where he is now. Does he go for it? Oh, kind of a sloppy fight on both sides there, but Wix gets the upper hand. And that's going to be it. With 1 second remaining, that gun's going into the next round.
That was a bit awkward there for both players, so that neither of them was able to really get a lock on the other at first, but at the end of the day, they're able to get it done. MARU, you can see on their faces, they're reeling a little bit, but again, this dimensional drift, such a good counter to the Viper's Pit. They're able to get in there, get the location of the Viper, kind of spam through there, plus you gain entry onto the site. The dimensional drift may actually be, you know, your result, one of the best in the game, just period.
There's a lot you can do with it. Okay, we're going to have another moment of tension building onto A. And a very good start here from MARU Gaming. But it turns into a trade, and then it turns into a lead.
Unbelievable. Move's able to punch back a little bit there with the Sheriff.
I mean, huge plays here for a budget round, no doubt. King coming through, and it's only Wix remaining. Always Wix the last guy left. Now, they don't have to commit onto A at all. In fact, it may be a little bit easier. It doesn't look like Wix is going to get there in time. Oh, hold on. He will. He could actually get a pick here. And he does. Drops Bozzy. And this is becoming a really cool round right now.
Oh, this is a great round. Let's see if King can... I think he escaped the sight of Wix, but Wix is quick to double back through the doors to check on this.
Okay, now he's going to have a peeker's advantage over here with perfect play. Amazingly done.
That's all Wix.
Yeah. He just sets that up. Good instinct, too. Nobody's
Well,
going to go back over to that.
I take it back. It's not all Wix. The beginning of that round, Junghai and Chibop rushed into A, into the caves, and into that little elbow where the alt orb is, and did a lot of damage. Took a couple members of OnSlayers out, but then Bozzy gate crashes behind.
Yeah.
Into the pyramids and gets 3, and then you think, all right, round GG, good job. Wix has his ultimate and hits some good shots, and he's able to turn things around, keep a good track of Bozzy there. Bozzy was going for... Oh, hold the
barely
phone.
saw what happened there.
Yeah, Chibop's just pushing the pace again.
Yeah, blows God Dead away. Move's going to try to rotate here. So far, the rest of OnSlayers has stayed pretty hidden. Mid appearing to be empty so far.
Well, it's kind of the same thing now for MARU. Toxic screen at the front of A, push a little pace at the beginning. Now they've fallen back, but they've nestled Wix deep underneath the window at B, but that doesn't look like it's the direction that OnSlayers wants to go this time. They're setting up for a heavy stack at A, but Nakji, this knife, is going to get a ton of information.
Yeah, that's going to really expose them. Are they going to go for it anyways? It looks like they are.
Just walking on in, don't mind me. Fake out's so funny looking. It's just, it's like a mannequin on wheels.
I know. The way he moves and everything. A nice shock dart here. Gonna bruise Jonghi.
Well, Wix on the flank has to be dealt with if this round is going to go anywhere for OnSlayers. It's already really difficult, of course, but not going to happen.
And it looks like all hope is lost over here right now. OnSlayers sandwiched, probably going to try to just save this for the next 10 seconds if they can and carry these guns further forward. And important for either side not to overcommit unless it's going to work. 4-6, this is becoming more and more doable here for MARU Gaming. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, it's again, this is what has made this team so good, is that they adjust very well, right?
It's weird. It's like they're always able to at least match their opponents. Whether their opponents are really good or if their opponents are like maybe the worst team in the region, they're like, well, we're going to make it close anyways.
They're the anti-WGS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, WGS only plays good against good opponents and then just seems to lose to teams that you would never expect them to. But MARU's always there punching, and that's why they beat WGS in the I don't know what you want to call it, the tiebreaker, I guess is what it was called, for that 4th place seed. Again, Holy Moly was one of our top 4 teams from the previous season. They dropped. They dropped their whole team. So we needed to have a 4th place seed team come through. So WGS and MARU technically tied in the previous stage because it's a double elimination bracket. And MARU came through with a 3-2 win. It looked like at first, by the way, that MARU was just going to run away with it. They were up 2-0, and it was pretty clean against WGS. And then WGS punched back hard.
By the way, the what is this studio nickname? Is this the Coliseum?
The Sangam Coliseum.
Coliseum, right? It's full in here now.
It is completely full.
So cool to have a packed studio here. And again, guys, if you're watching from home, whether you live in Korea or you're going to visit someday, definitely come check out the show.
Absolutely. So I guess they did get the defuse on that round.
By the way, while we have this downtime, I think we both were caught off guard. I guess the chamber did get the defuse early on. No, and then I looked at it, and sometimes not all these overlays are built in the game. Some are built by production. Then I decided that the top overlay was wrong, and then it's like, no, that's the game UI. That can't be right. So anyways, in a super close moment early on, we thought it was actually one of the rounds was, in fact, a Slayer's victory, and it was a Slayer's kill, but the defuse got off by MARU Gaming. So the score is correct. 4-6 is what's happening. So, again, a very close series so far.
Comes this dimensional drift. I mean, it's just so powerful here. You can throw the gate crash in the back, run in, find the enemies. You know, you can see they're all running back, and he's already spotting them. He just dings them out. It's so easy for ONS Slayers with that ultimate.
Yeah, and they've got a very forwarded position over here on the A, where getting any kind of entry right now is going to be pretty damn hard, to be honest, for MARU Gaming. This isn't sort of a half-hold like we've seen in many of the other rounds here on the A side from ONS Slayers.
And Botsy can just TP out with this aggression, leave it up to GodDead. He's able to trade out. Now he's able to fortify this backline position.
Right, TS has a good peek setup, but a good flick from Wix gets the kill. And they're going to go for the defuse. Is this angle good enough? Oh, a couple fakes. But this one's a commitment. Are they going to get this? This is insane.
Oh, it's so close. Oh, it's King from behind.
King!
Woo. Just barely. I mean, you know, they're doing a lot of good things here on MARU, right?
The number of fake diffuses, he might have well have played Mary Had a Little Lamb on that spike. I couldn't believe that.
That's what we need in this, is we need, like, a piano or something you can go and, like, beat on at the beginning of the rounds to
how
annoy
many
your teammates.
games, if you're not queued up with, like, us and the rest of the guys, how many games do you have where someone's just firing a gun to the rhythm of a song?
Oh, yeah.
Like, dun, 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 dun.
Or da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to be the last round for the first half.
They put the operator into Wix's hands. Otherwise, it's Vandals and a Phantom on the side of ONS Slayers. So they're angling for B, but they do this a lot in the beginning of the rounds where they try to see if they can find a pick on the B. You know, I think they suspect that there's usually only going to be 2 left by MARU on the side of B, but actually it's 3 this time as they have, you know, shifted Nocji over there. But Nocji waits it out and is actually starting to rotate back towards their spawn. So, you know, this is kind of one of these gambles you have to do as a KO. You want to use that knife to get that info. Where are they? And then you can react to it. We saw it earlier where MARU got that info. They shut the round down.
Yeah, and whether you find, you know, 5 agents or you find none, you are getting information, right? Because if they're not anywhere, then you know they have to be in those other locations. So it's important to have that timed out no matter what. And so this is going to be a bit of a pressure buildup here just outside of B.
Yeah, it's the clock is starting to tick to the point where it kind of has to be a B hit here very short.
Yeah, I don't think they can rotate into A. Ooh, G-Bob unable to hold that angle. His B back is going to be theirs. And this is looking more and more like a ONS Slayers victory here. It's certainly going to be an easy plant with a Viper's Pit set up here and a likely ensured 8th round win. King, again, always doing the good wraparound. There's been so many games where King just comes in here and punishes from behind, but hold up. Now it's a 2-3.
Well, they got to kind of pick a direction and try to clear one way or another, so they're going to go for the Viper's Pit. This is so tough for Nocji.
Yeah, if they could get a shot and find that Viper, and they do. Okay, so Viper's Pit's gone.
The King. It just takes so
started.
long.
It's a fake, though. Oh, this is so hard for Nocji. Nocji going to try to find King, but King finds him instead. 4-8 with ONS Slayers in the lead. Making not an impossible second half, but certainly one that MARU Gaming's going to have to sweat a little if they're going to start to even this out or maybe even overcome ONS Slayers.
Yeah, I mean, you saw some good things, some good adaptations from MARU, but these executes are so clean, especially with Yoru, man. I mean, the way that Botsy has got him, you know, kind of practiced and rehearsed, ready for this match is really, really strong. You know, the gate crashes have been really good. He puts him in spots where he either gets behind enemy lines and does a bunch of damage or has a safe escape for himself, kind of like what Chamber does, right, with his rendezvous. So, and the fake out there on that last round, Move shot the fake out, that revealed his position, and they took him right out. I mean, little things like that are so, so important in Valorant.
Dude, Valorant's all around, man.
You know, you really are Valoranting today, Tasteless.
Yeah.
Like, really
that was very Valorant of you to say. So, look, I mean, we've seen comebacks come. I mean, 4 to 8, that is tough. And of course, you know, the early first few rounds always impactful. But I think this is doable for MARU Gaming. Again, guys, look at this awesome audience here. It's so cool to have people come down. The pandemic sucked, by the way. I know it sucked for everybody, but it sucked for us as casters. No audience here to cast.
You want to have the audience.
You feed off of that energy. Seoul really is the best esports city in the world. So,
facts.
You know, hope you guys can come down sometime if you're overseas or maybe you're in the country. Come check it out. Quick highlight here.
Yeah, you can see, you know, Yvonne Slayers is allowed to be patient. A lot of the rounds also that MARU was finding some levels of success. They weren't always able to convert into round wins, but they did well on him was when they pushed the tempo early, right? They got aggressive out the gate. And so on the attacker's side, I mean, especially for a player like Chibop, you know, this is where he's really going to shine with the Jet nerf in particular. It's a lot harder to play Jet on the defender side now.
Right. Well, also, we saw Chibop overextend a lot in Stage 1. He does seem to be more conservative in Stage 2. The question is that going to work for you or not? You know, he was...
oh, yeah, he would
overextend a lot.
Yes. That was probably the biggest criticism I had of Chibop. He's phenomenally talented mechanically, but he loves to just keep pushing the pace, pushing the tempo, and getting deep in enemy territory. But that's fine sometimes, but if it's all the time, eventually teams kind of figure you out. There's a little bit of damage done here to Wix. Going to pop the Headhunter over. Doesn't catch any damage.
Yeah, more probing than anything here. But a good push into mid right now from MARU Gaming that's going to give them more options. If they are going to actually commit into B, it should be noted King does have this area on lock.
And there isn't much information that On Slayers has about this right now. Though they just pinged it, so they either heard something over in this tunnel. The toxic screen's going to give it away. Push it beyond here for MARU.
Oh, King!
Oh, Chibop, though. Chibop!
Yeah, Chibop actually is murdering right now. And again, when you have Chibop in the offense position, I mean, he is good at engages, especially if he pulls it off. So they get the plant here, and this is looking pretty dire for On Slayers. This is the start in the second half that MARU Gaming needed. This should be easy for them to close out. God Dead, though, going to try to come in. Oh, this is a tough set of angles to clear here. And I don't know that Zumba's position really helps him either.
Yeah, this is so hard.
Okay,
nice
hold
shot.
on. Oh! All right.
Ace?
He started it. Can Zumba finish it?
Chibop's on for the ace. He's got a good opportunity. He's going to hear those footsteps. Isn't going to get it.
No.
Nocji's got the crossfire.
Nocji takes that 5 to 8. And the momentum is starting to build here. You know, round one in the first half or the second half always ripples through the entire rest of the game. And if we were going to see, you know, what would be a normal start to a comeback, it would start there. So big win there for MARU Gaming. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Well, this is what we were just talking about, right? Right before this round, Chibop. This is the player we want to focus on. This is his half. This is, you know, where the Jets can now shine because of the change, the nerf to the Jet Dash. The attacker side, it's much more potent. It's much more viable. He gets right in, takes full advantage of that frontline position. And again, he's aggressive, and when it works, he's one of the best in the business.
So they're going to come into A now. Ooh, bit of a trade so far. They're really starting to deliver here. Bazzi needs to get some more picks here with this Marshall if this is going to work. Now, they've taken the tight angle into the back of A, but the spike hasn't been planted yet. Oh, Wix is insane.
Great lineup there from Wix.
Yeah, beautifully done. Easy plant, and I mean, what does Bazzi really want to do? He's going to come out with the Marshall, look for a pick. You can see the hair of the Jet as she runs away. Her ponytail sticking out.
This is so hard with the Marshall here. I mean, it just has to be 3 of the best shots you're going to hit. He saw the hair again.
The ponytail's out.
Oh!
Wear your hair down, Jet.
Yeah, this is why you shave your head. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I do it.
In a perfect world, all the gamers are bald for paper thin. Those with hair have to shave their head to keep it balanced.
Exactly. All things
considered.
Yeah.
So, you know, 8 to 6, but again, it is going to be, you know, the gun advantage now for On Slayers.
I mean, this isn't too bad. You know, Botsy gets in there, gets it. Gate crashes out, but Wix here, that is just a great angle. On top of those boxes next to stairs. I mean, just everybody lines up for him. Chibop able to hold on to it. And the really good news here now for MARU is not only did you win a couple rounds, but you've got a bankroll behind this buy. 3 Bulldogs, 2 Vandals, plenty of money still behind all this. Meanwhile, on Slayers, this is a really crucial round because if they don't win this, they're right back, you know, digging dirt in the backyard, trying to find money, trying to find buried treasure.
It's going to be tough, man. Well, this would be the map to find the buried treasure on, I think. They're going to dig anywhere.
Yeah, I think so.
At halftime, they got to take a metal detector to the beach side of the map. Oh, Bozzy is sick, and a relocation after that kill. Wix is going to come down into mid. There is a tripwire setup here, although I don't know he's going to push all the way in here.
Well,
if he does kill it, it's going to be audible. Of course, they're going to know it's killed as well, but it's going to be an attack on a B. Oh, and it looks like they didn't quite have this set up nicely at all. And so before they even get into the B site, they're shot upon entry. So MARU Gaming is hurting. Wix, who was supposed to be the red herring, not the red, the distraction on the other side of the map, is now stuck out here. He'll be able to farm the orb out. Are there any other little victories he can find on this map, like a pick maybe?
It's going to be tough for sure. You know, spikes down right at the front door. That was a bit of an odd entry here from MARU. It just felt like they were not on the same page with this because there was no, other than the knife in the back of the site from the KO, there wasn't much going on in this. There wasn't, you know, it was just kind of a crossfire set up there for On Slayers, and they're able to make it work. So Wix is able to at least grab a Vandal out of that. So a very crucial round for On Slayers that they're able to convert on. Again, the money was a big factor in that kind of pivot point in this half. So really liking what On Slayers is doing. It just felt like MARU just wasn't comfortable with any space that they found there, and you know, utility might have been lacking, and Botsy again just kind of, you know, hit and run, just kind of like you see with the Chambers. And he's got extra utility behind that. That's just clean.
Just insane shots there from that distance from On Slayers. And we want to watch for more of that. I mean, you know, there is always that defender's advantage as far as getting those shots, especially at a distance on a map like this. But it can be hard to try to, you know, infiltrate some of these positions, especially when you have somebody like Bozzy waiting on the other side.
Yeah, and Goddead there just gets a ton of info with that knife. And so now you have to back off. You have to wait this out. As MARU, they were starting to stack in that direction, but kind of well-read here from the beginning from On Slayers. It really seemed like they had kind of an inkling that A was going to be the desired direction that MARU wanted to go. They were kind of shifting players over to that direction. So let's see if they're able to kind of hold on to this, because I am pretty sure this is going to be a re-aggression on A. It's
looking like it. They're about to spring into there. Now they've got Zumba ready to activate that. And of course, Zumba getting spotted there isn't the biggest advantage in the world. But Chibop gets the drop. And A site is going to be an easy setup to plant. Goddead on the other side of the pyramids.
That's a filthy shot that he just took.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. The TS on the outside fails to get the flank off.
That's where everybody now is falling back here. So there must be some post plants. King gets a kill. Are they going to be coming in here for MARU? They're trying to spam through it.
Dude, just turn to the right. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
You got it.
Oh, that's how we do it.
I'm left scratching my head a bit there on that one, Tasteless. I thought with the way that, and maybe MARU just overcommitted to the TS flank, right? You know, you saw him come through there, he gets killed, and then all of a sudden, like, I see on the map, like, 3 members of MARU starting to shift back towards that area, towards the A lobby, and you know, here you go. There's that kill, but then everybody shifts back there. So I assume they have like post plant lineups, right?
Yeah, it seemed like it.
And they do eventually come in, but they're too late.
I think that also the idea is that, well, let me rewind that. I think sometimes you plant the spike and it happens so fast, and you end up being a couple pixels off to where the setup's supposed to be, because they should have been able to have that wiggle or no. We saw.
I think that's a good point, because you saw them spamming through the corner of that pyramid. Yeah. So I think they felt like maybe their lineup was a little bit further forward than it was.
Okay, so in this game, we've got Chibop coming in. And, I mean, Chibop's kind of hiding in plain sight almost. One. Can we have two?
He's one of the best in Korea with these knives.
Yeah.
So
Well, this is kind of how Chibop became a star out here. So they've got the setup here. Patiently, On Slayers is going to try to come through. This is a sheriff round, so it would be, pretty nice if they actually pulled this off. Now, Chibop has to be able to hold this angle, and he's not able to do it. So that's going to allow them to kind of angle over to the side here.
yeah, the patience is just so good for On Slayers.
So they haven't. Oh, they can't even get close to the denial, I think.
No.
Well, they haven't been able to start the defuse just yet.
There's no way.
That's it. This is going to be the 11th round victory here for On Slayers.
Yeah, 4K for Zumba. Again, the patience here, they do lose the one player early to kind of that sneaky play from Chibop. He comes through undetected into the mid doors, gets the one kill, but nobody instantly repeaks that, right? Like the discipline is there from Zumba behind the yellow crate to just wait it out and just say, all right, well, let's get the rest of the team here. That's the real threat that round, right? The Blade Storm on that eco round, because MARU has no guns. The Blade Storm is what you have to worry about. Don't give Chibop the opportunity. Really smart stuff.
Especially on a budget round like that, you can hold that angle by the door, and then it's hard to even get over to the defuse area, and you can run the clock that way. By the way, MARU Gaming calls for a timeout. Have we had Slayers call for a timeout yet?
I don't think
so.
Maybe we missed it because we were busy talking. Sometimes I see someone calls a timeout, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. Let's talk Tasteless. We've got some Valoranting to do.
That's right. I mean, this is looking pretty rough right now. Obviously, we haven't gotten to the 13th win, so MARU still has room to try to recover, but you're really going to have to combo these through. And, we have a couple agents that really have ultis that kind of sweep rounds, like Viper's Pit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that really make it hard to streak it.
It's a good point you make, because On Slayers has two of those. They have the Viper's Pit and the Dimensional Drift from Botsy. So two game-changing ults.
Yeah, exactly. And so I feel like this is likely to be a win. I would love to eat my words, and we have overtime or a comeback here. But it does seem now that On Slayers is on this side of the map. They're playing pretty well.
Yeah, it's been fairly solid. I mean, the pistol and the follow-up did go to MARU, but that's to be expected after you win the pistol. And since then, it's been all On Slayers, and they've seen a couple more rounds here. Viper's Pit right at the front of A. Now, let's see. For On Slayers, they had an answer to this, but it was the Dimensional Drift from Yoru. Now, Chibop, though, gets two.
Okay, this is a start.
Oh.
They're going to try to come into A. I think this should be an easy plant setup. Just King and Bozzy, but probably the two scariest players on the team, to be frank. King is going to try to wrap around here, I believe, over to doors, as Bozzy, I don't think, can really find a good angle here with the operator.
Yeah, he's going to send the gate crash out just to, wait this. He's going to see if he get a pick and run. I don't imagine he's going to stick around for too long.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was close.
Yeah. So, again, Bozzy going to flee onto the B site, run the clock as a spike detonates. It's going to be 7-11. And again, MARU, they've got to take it one round at a time. But really, no more mistakes from here on out. So the question is, can they do this a couple more rounds and get to 12, maybe even get to 13?
Yeah, it's going to take a really monumental run here by MARU to really put this kind of back onto even footing in terms of the rounds. That was a good start. I mean, you eliminated that Viper's Pit. Again, it's Chibop coming through those doors undetected, and he picks up two huge entry kills, and that just shuts everything down. Then you're feeling so much more comfortable to push this Viper's Pit. He gets Zumba right off the gate, so the Viper's Pit just goes down. But even if it hadn't been Zumba, let's say it's somebody else, he's creating distraction in the back, and that means that the guys coming from the front, from the cave, have an easier time potentially. But it's just Chibop opening doors on the side. I mean, the guy is so good just kind of running and gunning, getting in your face and doing some serious damage. They're just going to send him right in a fast B hit.
Yeah, this is a straight-up B rush as they're going to come in here. Now, Hunter's Fury is going to make this a tougher needle to try to thread.
You also have the Viper's Pit ready here for Junghai. He throws it down, so
Yep.
you know, this is such a tough retake.
And it's going to, oh, hold on. He's already been dropped by Bozzy. That took me a second. So Viper's Pit no more. Nocchi ready with a flash. Shock Dart comes out. Not in the area where they can find them, though.
Look at this. Here's this dimensional drift. He's going to know where everybody is, and that gives On Slayer so much information. Flash out, trying to pop it through there. He sets up TS. What a play here.
Oh, and it just moves, stuck behind this corner. And he drops him. Spike is defused. 7-12 now. The end is nigh.
Starting to feel that way.
Yeah.
Bozzy hits that operator shot out of nowhere. I didn't catch it on screen, but I'm not sure if Junghai popped out of the smoke like we saw in the previous round where he just edges to the side of the smoke and gets, picked apart for it. But this Yoru play here for Bozzy is really, really well coordinated. All right,
this is a great moment.
This is it. What?
Okay.
Oh, come on!
Because when I saw him go down, I went, wait, I didn't catch that. But so it was literally just like
he just knew.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have those nerd senses, man. They just tingle and
your nerd senses tingle and you go, wait a minute. Fire shot through the wall and a body just falls down. That was crazy.
And then you just put your hands on your hips and nod your head.
Yeah, and you go, I'm really good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And he is pretty good. But the way he sets up his teammates there with that gate crash, TS gets the opening pick on the Wix. I mean, the way he uses that gate crash to set up TS in the end even as well. Like, Bozzy is doing so much in that round so well. This Yoru looks really well practiced. He's not even just setting himself up. He's setting his teammates up as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's unselfish play. That's not a word. Selfless is the correct English word.
What did you say?
I said unselfish. Is that a word too? Did I George Bush it?
No, I think you kind of got. I think that's okay. Unselfish.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's not proper, but everybody understood it. So what does that say, really?
Yeah.
Valorant's all around.
Yeah, Valorant's all around.
So he's gonna try to come into A.
Jeez. It's Chibop again through these mid doors. This is such a problem for On Slayers.
Yeah, great drop there by God Dead.
Oh,
Bozzy. Oh, good dodge on the flash too. Nocchi in the back. Oh, this is all but over. Oh, hold on. Nocchi gets two.
This is tough.
This couldn't be. There's no way. God Dead coming around, making some sound.
Got the spot. Trying to play him in the corner. Yeah, Bozzy's waiting.
Okay. 7-13 is how this story ends. But we're not finished. That's just game one. As On Slayers, in a pretty dominant performance, does manage to beat MARU Gaming. We talked about how MARU Gaming is going to win this entire series.
All the choices you made, did you make them up?
All the choices you made, did you make them up?